Introducing the single most useful and valuable and essential EDC item ever devised by man. That's right. Stay tuned, guys. Hi gang, Rob here. It's the evening of 6 May 2014. I've been holding on to this video for a long time. Almost 5 years, I figure. Yeah, that's a long time. I've been holding on to this information as passed down to me by the great Nut and Fancy. Yeah, I'll admit it. The wisdom I'm about to give you was given to me and those of you who are paying attention a long time ago. And yes, underneath this soiled blue microfiber bench cloth is the most invaluable, essential, and easy to pack EDC implement ever devised. Here it is. You ready? You guessed it. It is the venerable, the vaunted, the world famous must-have EDC item, the Victorinox Cadet. What, you don't believe me? If you don't believe me, you don't have one. Check out this little clip. Just something I threw together, stuff that happens every day. I know, I didn't bend any wire. I didn't open any cans of cannelli beans. Let's see, what else didn't I do? I think I about covered it other than that, didn't I? Yeah. I was talking to a friend of mine, fellow YouTuber, the other day, and we were talking about the Victorinox Cadet. I know what I was commenting on an Instagram post by the late Boy Scout, who just finally purchased a red Victorinox Cadet. And I was ribbing him a little bit about being late to the party, and I thought, you know, he might be late to the party owning one, but I don't have a video on the Cadet. And those of you guys who pay attention to the channel, I don't know, what, 3,000 of you or so, I'm sure probably all don't have one of these. So I have to tell you, and this isn't even a review, guys, this is a directive. This is a call to action. If you don't own a Victorinox Cadet, get on eBay, get on Amazon, whatever you got to do in the next 24 hours. Just get one. Pick a color. Get two, get three. Here's my story. Back in 2008, late 2008, I was watching, Nut and Fancy. Don't we all? Yeah, whether we admit it or not, we do, don't we? And he was in the middle of a series on Victorinox knives, Swiss Army knives, and I don't know, maybe the second or third of those videos did a review on the Cadet, and he had several. He had a silver one like this, he had a green one like this, had a black one, had a blue one, then he had this beautiful salmon colored one. And at the time, guys, you know, I was into I was into restoring old fixed blades, and I was you know, starting my collection of modern folders. Had a lot of traditionals and you know, traditional pocket knives, buck knives, some old case knives, and it never occurred to me to purchase one of these silly things. You know, does it have a, you know, a transmitter antenna attached to it? Where's my fork and my spoon? I mean, really, maybe for the Boy Scouts, but not for me. I'm a real knife guy. I'm not buying one of those silly Swiss Army knives. You kidding me? And nothing fancy. You know, the YouTuber that I respected at that time more than any other highly recommended the Victorinox Cadet. Yes, he did. You know, I really didn't believe him, but I had to believe him because he was nothing fancy. He said he carried it every day. It never left him. He never left the house without it. He used it all the time. Whatever. Well, I'll get one because, you know, nothing's got one, so I got to get one. So I bought this green one, you know, and I bought it and I thought it looked cool, and, you know, I attached this cool little lanyard, 3/32 tether cord, so I could quickly extract it from a pocket, and I started to carry it. And I started to like carrying it so much, and it was so pretty in this gorgeous emerald green color. I thought, oh, you know what? It's starting to get worn a little bit, and it's too nice, and it might go out of production. I better just get a plain one. So I did. Let's get this guy off the camera. So then, I don't know, maybe mid-2009, I bought this one. This Cadet, just plain old silver A-locks. You can buy these anytime you want, between $25 or $30, shipped to your door from any number of online retailers, eBay sellers, whatever you like. He wasn't kidding, guys, and he's not crazy. Well, he is crazy, but he wasn't wrong about the Cadet. Let's go over some particulars. First, why is it so easy to carry? Well, because it weighs 1.7 ounces. It is 5/16 of an inch thick. It's 3 1/4 inches long, and it's got these tools. And you know, I had contempt prior to investigation. I'll admit it. I thought they were silly. They were toys. Wrong. Let's look at what it's equipped with, shall we? First of all, this beautiful spear point, or sort of large pen blade, 2.5 inches long, scarcely 3/32 thick, probably less than that, maybe 80 thousandths or so. Beautiful full flat ground blade, super thin behind the edge, and I sharpen these like traditionals, guys. Just 18 degrees all the way to the edge. And this knife, I've probably done a major sharpen on twice since I've owned it, and this knife gets used a lot. It doesn't get used for heavy stuff, but it cuts a lot of paper, a little bit of cardboard. You know, it trims my tape at the sharpening bench when I'm taping off knives, taping off the sharpener table. It gets used. And the other reason I thought about doing this video is because I did just run it over the sharp maker on the fine rods and give it a strapping this evening. And it hasn't been sharpened, you know, heavy duty sharpening in about a year. It gets stropped, and every now and then when I feel that it's got a little bit of a nick in it, I'll run it over the sharp maker rods and then strap it again. But here, this is a year since sharpening, and here's what we got. Oops. I got a little burr on the tip I didn't take off. But yeah, that dog will hunt. And you know, a lot of people wonder, have the question about Victorinox knives. You know, what steel is that? Obviously it's a stainless steel. And there might be some Victorinox guys out there more well-versed than I am, because frankly the nomenclature of the steel that Victorinox refers to it by, I'm not really coming up with right now, but it's very similar, very, very, very similar to Bowler N680. Not N690, N680. It's a super high chromium content, sort of medium carbon stainless. It is super easy to sharpen. It takes a very nice polish, although this blade is, it's a little beat up. It's been rubbed by the other implements in the handle. It's been used a lot, but they take a really sweet polish, hold an edge adequately for what it is. It's so darn easy to resharpen or hone or strop that edge holding is not such a huge deal with this knife. You're not going to do any heavy duty cutting with it. But it doesn't rust. It's easy to get sharp if it goes dull. And it's such a usable size, isn't it? Just amazing. It disappears in your pocket. So that's the main blade. Then you've got this implement. I saw Mike Gavick post on Instagram. Well, he was answering Late Boy Scouts post as well, and he made a comment about the stupid fingernail tool. It's so useless. I commented back and said, Mike, for people who don't grind their fingernails off while making knives every day, some of us need a tool like that. And it's got this nice little blunted fingernail digger at the end of it, and in the middle is the most wonderful diamond fingernail file you'll ever come across. Yeah, do we need that, guys? You bet we do. And there are 9 tools in all. Let's see, we've talked about 3 of them, haven't we? Blade, fingernail digger / cuticle tool, nail file. I think that's 3, right? Now we'll come over here. We've got 3mm flat blade screwdriver, which you saw in the beginning also works pretty darn fine on most Phillips heads. And then we've got the can opener. I didn't demonstrate the can opener. You can find any number of videos on YouTube showing how well this works. Of all Swiss Army type knives and multi-tools, I don't believe anybody has yet developed a can opener and a folding implement like this that works as well as the Victorinox can opener. It just flat works. So let's see. We got the knife, the cuticle tool, the nail file. That's 3, 4, 5. And then over here, we got 3 tools. That big, what is it, a 5 or 6mm flat blade screwdriver. And guys, that thing is robust. This thing is 5 years old. It has, you guys know what I do for a living. I run a car dealership. And occasionally, even though I'm not a floor salesman, I get the pleasure of changing license plates quite a bit, and that thing is still rock solid. And then we've got this little notch that is called a wire bender. I would assume that means like a single conductor copper wire, where you'd need to bend it to, put it around a post on an outlet or something like that. Need to make a little curl in it. And then the cap lifter, bottle opener. So that's 8. Where's tool number 9? Right here, the split ring. Yeah, they call that a tool. We'll give it to them though, won't we? The scales on the Cadet are some kind of aluminum alloy. Victorinox refers to it as alox or alox. The shield is embossed into the alox scale, and then I believe that's not paint. It might be like a screen printed paint, but it kind of looks almost like an anodizing. It's probably screen printed though. The rivets on the current production Cadets are nickel silver. I believe that they are not aluminum. They are nickel silver. The liners on these on Swiss Army knives nowadays are also alox. Don't know if you can see that. And in previous incarnations of Victorinox Swiss Army knives, liners have been made of brass and of nickel silver, but everything is alox or aluminum nowadays. Isn't that handsome? If you go with the silver, if I come in close, you can probably see there is more than a fair amount of corner wear on this knife. This rides in my left pocket my left front pocket with my car keys, and usually underneath the hanging end of a larger modern folder that's clipped to my pocket. And you know, it's been beat up, it's been knocked around. And let's see, did I look at blade play? Yeah. Guys, there's no side-to-side play in that knife. And it's had lots of use. You might be looking at this video thinking, really? This is the best EDC item ever? Yeah, it is, guys. It's 1.7 ounces of your load, and it can, you know, it can do 8 real things. I don't really count the split ring. You know, have I ever bent a wire with it? No. I have opened cans with it. I've used both screwdrivers extensively. I've certainly opened bottles with it. I've certainly maintained my manicure with it. And oh, have I ever cut with it. And cut it does. 28, 29 bucks, guys. We're going to cut the video off now. You all get off YouTube for a minute. Go to eBay, go to Amazon, get a Cadet. Best advice I can ever give any of you. Well, not the best advice. Best advice, humble yourselves before the throne of grace. Invite Jesus Christ into your heart. Claim Him as your Lord and Savior. Live eternally with God the Father as joint heirs to all His glory. And then a Cadet. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the Word is sharp.